Hi everyone, and welcome to our webinar on the power of connectivity, building bridges across digital divide. I'm Arthur Joseph Jones Laos LINMAYOG, your host for this discussion. Today, we're honored to have two distinguished guest speakers. Ms. Mavi CUNTAPAY, a digital literacy instructor from Bridge Tech Access, and Jad Pimentel, a technology outreach specialist from Tech Connect.
Thank you, Arthur. I'm Mavi Trisca, and I'm excited to be here today to raise awareness about the digital divide and discuss ways to address it.
Hello everyone, I'm Nicolas Pimentel, and I'm just as passionate about this topic. I hope we can work together to find ways to bridge the digital divide and to ensure equal access to technology and information.
Let's begin by addressing what the digital divide is. Ms. Mavi, could you tell our audience more about the digital divide and why it's crucial to be aware of it?
Okay, the digital divide is the difference between people who have access to digital technology like the internet and computers and those who do not. Although this description barely touches the surface of the digital divide, what I will present to you today demonstrates that the division is actually multi-layered. The digital divide is a significant issue that affects individuals and societies globally. It arises from factors like accessibility, cost of living, service quality, and relevance, where accessibility refers to the availability of internet connectivity. The cost of living determines if residents can afford internet costs. Service quality is the provided internet speeds if it allows for effective use, and relevance determines the local population's expertise in using devices. With all that being said, economic opportunity, access to healthcare, innovation, employment chances, and education are all hampered by the digital divide, which is why we want people to be more aware and do better so that we can thrive as a community in the future. I hope my short presentation was able to enlighten you more on this topic. Thank you for listening.
Wow, the presentation was really interesting and insightful. Let's give a virtual applause to Ms. Mavi. And we would like to thank her for taking the time to educate us on this subject.
Thank you, Arthur. To begin, if we want to overcome the digital divide, we must recognize that it is more than just different levels of internet access. It also discusses affordability, accessibility, device security, digital literacy, and language barriers. Let's go over what can be done to close the digital divide. First is increased connectivity. Making internet connectivity more widely available can assist previously unconnected persons in taking advantage of economic and educational opportunities. Second is enhancing and encouraging digital literacy. According to the Digital Divide Council, an alarmingly large proportion of people still lack fundamental level technical abilities and competencies, placing them at a disadvantage. Lastly is affordable and equitable access to technology. Unconnected groups require an affordable internet connection in order to achieve technical skills. Those are the ways that we can close the gap in digital literacy. It is essential to ensuring that everyone has the chance to engage in the digital era and gain from its advantages. That ends my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Jazz, for those actionable steps. With that being said, unfortunately, our time for today's webinar is running out. However, before we end this meeting, let's have a short question and answer for our audience. Does anyone have any questions? Ms. Raza.
Hello, my name is Razariah Alvea PURUEL, and I have a question for Mr. Pimentel. You've mentioned some general ways to close the digital divide. Is there a way that individuals can help?
Of course there are. It could be through these three ways. One is volunteering, which is offering your time and expertise to teach digital skills or to assist in digital literacy programs. Number two is donating or contributing your old devices or funds to organizations working to provide access to technology. And finally, advocating, which is raising awareness about the digital divide and advocating for policies and initiatives that promote digital inclusion. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Any more questions from the audience? Yes, Miss Chelsea.
Hello, my name is Chelsea DALIDA, and I have a question for Ms. Mavi. How can schools and educational institutions help bridge the digital divide for students?
Hi, Chelsea. Thanks for the question. Well, schools can play a crucial role by providing devices or ensuring students have access to them, collaborating with local organizations to offer digital literacy programs, and lastly, offering Wi-Fi access in school parking lots for students without internet at home. I hope I answered your question adequately.
Yes, you did, and thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have for now. Once again, we thank our guest speakers, Ms. Mavi CUNTAPAY and Jazz Pimentel, for speaking out on this important topic. And thank you to our audience for joining us for today. Remember, raising awareness is the first step, but it's our collective actions that will truly bridge the digital divide. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you for being a part of today's webinar.